Hello, I'm Karnik. This is Star Wars Armada Explained. It's your buddy, it's your pal. We're going to have a short video today. We're going to be taking a look at TB-73, the title for the Republic. So, very straightforward, this card. So if you look in front of the card, you'll see a little dot or bullet point. Signifies that this card is unique. You can only ever have one of the title in your fleet. The bottom left-hand corner of the card, you'll see its icon there. Equips to the Republic Pelta, which is the one with the wings closed, not the ones with the wing open, like with the Rebels. Opposite from that corner, you'll see the faction icon for the Republic and its point cost, 5 points. Let's read the card. It states, after you deploy, gain 1 additional evade defense token. And that's it. So in a nutshell, what does this card do? When you deploy your Pelta that has this title equipped, you gain an extra evade defense token. And that's it. There's no, there's some little intricacies I'm going to touch on, but pretty much that's the card. You get an extra evade token, and it only costs you 5 points to do so. And I think this is for a cheap, basic, just little title. It really adds a lot of survivability to your Pelta. If I ever take a Pelta, the title, just like Bright Hope, right? It's like there's titles you just always slap on it and you don't give it a second thought. And I think this is one of those. Unless you just have a situation where you really need that 5 points someplace else, that extra survivability on your Peltas can't be understated, especially since they're just so slow and they kind of like to get picked on. It helps them be a little bit more survivable against squadron attacks or just those plink attacks. So, great title. It's in terms of intricacies and things like that. So again, when you go through the wording, it states after you deploy, gain 1 additional evade defense token. So what does that mean? Just like with something like local fire control or some other types of upgrade cards that specify, it's when you deploy or after you deploy. So when you deploy in the deployment phase, so as soon as you set your ship down, when you're deploying ships as normal, you put one down, your opponent puts one down. As soon as you put the ship down is technically when you need to resolve giving this ship an evade defense token. If it's after deployment, like when you're setting command dials and you say, "Oh, oops, I forgot to get my evade token for the ship," technically the timing has passed for you to gain that evade defense token. Now, in almost all situations I can think of, there isn't going to be anyone like, "Oh no, you can't gain it." But if somebody really wanted to be a nitpickler, especially in a competitive tournament, they could call a judge. Although I'm pretty confident, depending on what the game state is and where the game is along, as long as it's like round 2 or whatever, the ship's been shot at. I probably would just give it to somebody. Again, it just all depends. Just pretty much don't forget your timing. So again, it's after you put your ship down when you're deploying your ship in the deployment phase. Otherwise, if this ship is under the effect of like a set aside effect, like hyperspace assault, or somehow if you're playing with Radis or something like that, if the ship was to be brought out of like hyperspace or set aside and it's placed on the table in the middle of a game, it would gain its defense token when you placed it down. Because again, that's the timing for it. It's not restricted to anything specific other than just, did you deploy the ship? Yes. Okay. Gain an evade defense token. This is something different compared to like Endeavor for the Liberty, which is like gain your token in the first round. It's like, well, I only gain it if I'm on the table, or again, if it's past that point, I don't get anything. So it's very flexible title. So again, that's just little points I want to make sure I'm touching on. There's no other crazy interactions or anything else I'm aware of. Like I said, for 5 points for the Pelta, fantastic title, and that's pretty much it. Of course, if you have any questions, either about this or something else, if it's a serious question, ask it on the Atomic Mass Rules game forum. Otherwise, leave any comments or anything else for me. I appreciate you guys, and hey, have a wonderful time.